We'll start this hour with breaking news too, because Donald Trump and his Turkish counterpart, Recep Erdogan, have agreed on a joint fight against ISIL and Kurdish separatist fighters in Turkey. Earlier, in a telephone conversation with the Turkish president, Trump also promised to cease arming US-backed Kurdish forces in Syria. Well, RT's correspondent, Caleb Moppin, has been across this for us and joins us now. Caleb, give us more details then.
Well, according to the foreign minister of Turkey, Donald Trump has made quite a promise, a rather remarkable promise, it could be said, to the Turkish government. He has promised to stop supplying weapons to Kurdish forces in Syria. Now, this is what we're hearing from the Turkish foreign minister.
Mr. Trump clearly stated that he had given clear instructions not to provide the YPG with arms and that this nonsense should have ended long ago.
Now, Kurdish forces in Syria have been key allies of the United States. Recently, when there was a struggle to retake the city of Raqqa, which had become the capital of ISIS activities and terrorist atrocities, while that was going on, it was mainly Kurdish ground forces that were in the operation, and they were provided with U.S. air support. After that, we even heard Donald Trump vocally praise the Kurds for their fighting on the ground against the ISIL terrorists.
We should be using the Kurdish. We should be arming the Kurdish. They've proven to be the best fighters. They've really proven to be the most loyal to us. And we should be working with them much more so than we're working.
Now, Turkey has been waging a war for quite a while against Kurdish forces within their own borders. There's a concern in Turkey that if some kind of territory or state were to be established for Kurdish forces in Syria, this would serve to serve and further instability in Turkey. And furthermore, there's a concern about there being an abundance of weapons in the hands of the Kurdish forces. There's a concern that some of those weapons could flow to Kurdish separatists in Turkey, and that could cause further problems as well. The Turkish Prime Minister, Erdogan, has been quite vocal about his opposition to the United States supporting Kurds in Syria. This is what he has said about that issue.
Fight against the Daesh terrorist organization should not be led with another terror organization. We want to believe that our allies would choose to stand beside us and not on the side of terrorist organizations.
Now, in the past, Washington has been quite enthusiastic about supporting Kurdish forces in Syria. However, it seems that that policy has now dramatically changed in Turkey's favor. Turkey has been asking the United States to stop supporting Kurdish forces, and according to this report from the foreign minister, the United States has agreed to do that. However, things have been rapidly changing in the region. There seems to be very many realignments in recent months, so we'll all be watching closely to see how this plays out.
Sure. OK, thanks, Caleb. That was RT's Caleb Moppin there for us in New York.